Hi guys, this is Zach from Watches on You, and today I'm going to be taking a look at a very interesting watch. This is the Grand Seiko SBGJ229G. Now, this watch is a very unique limited edition Grand Seiko, and it was made to commemorate the 20th anniversary of Grand Seiko's 9S movement. Now, the 9S movement is their high beat movement, and it's been really loved by watch aficionados just because it provides a nice high beat function where it beats 10 times per second as opposed to what many luxury watches have is 8 beats per second. And it's just been a very well finished and robust movement over time, and it's still being used today, of course. So this watch provides many kind of unique motifs to it, and I'm going to be going over all those. So right away though, I'm going to actually go over this watch's case. So the case is, as you can see, made mostly out of ceramic, and it's a very nice deep blue ceramic. I'd say it's comparable in color to the Omega Big Blue Planet Ocean that also is made of blue ceramic, but it provides a kind of two-tone with stainless steel as well, because you get a nice stainless steel crown guard there, and you also have a stainless steel bracelet and end link. And what's also cool is on the bracelet, you get a middle link made out of ceramic. Now, Grand Seiko uses a very special ceramic they call zirconia ceramic, and it's 7 times harder than stainless steel, so you really won't have to worry about scratching almost ever. And it's really just their kind of proprietary kind of ceramic that they use. So ceramic in general is very nice material because it doesn't scratch. Now, the one issue with it though is that it does chip fairly easily. So if you're ever bumping this on something, you could end up actually chipping the watch, and that's obviously going to be much harder to repair, or even irreparable compared to scratching a stainless steel watch. So there are definitely some drawbacks with it, but if you're more worried about scratching your watch than chipping it, ceramic is definitely the best material that you can find because it's almost as hard as even diamond. Now, as you can also see, this watch has a very interesting dial, and if you actually look closely, you can see that it has a pattern of GS, obviously for Grand Seiko, and then 9S. So 9S, that's the movement, that's the high beat movement that's in this watch and that they're celebrating, and then you have GS for Grand Seiko, and that goes around and around, and it provides a very cool look in the light. You can see it just radiates out from that center, and it almost acts as a sundial. It looks absolutely fantastic. You can see that the 9S is a bit more gray than the GS, so it just adds a very kind of unique, almost checkerboard and sunray pattern to the watch. Now you also get these nice tempered blue indexes, which provide, again, it's kind of adding to that motif of blue throughout this piece, and you have a blue tempered GMT hand. Now you also have these nice regular hands which are finished absolutely spectacularly. You can see they're brushed, and then they have some nice lume in the middle, and then the GMT hand is loomed as well, so night visibility should not be an issue with this watch, and all the indexes are also loomed. So this is a GMT watch, so you're able to track 2 time zones. The bezel is not a rotating GMT bezel, it's just fixed, and it's out of 24 hours because GMT hands run on 24-hour time versus 12. But one other interesting feature about this watch that actually took me a while to notice is that the date wheel, actually, if you can get a good look at it, it actually is made out of just metal there. There isn't a kind of white covering over it, which is almost kind of like the old vintage Rolex watches that had metal date wheels. So I really actually like that. It provides a bit of a unique look, and I kind of like how it's a little bit hard to notice, but yet they still did it, which kind of just shows the attention to detail that they put in their watches. Now you can see it also says special on the dial because this is a limited edition piece to 350 pieces, which in the scheme of things is very limited, especially when you look at some other brands, talking to you Omega, who makes limited editions with like 1,500 pieces or more sometimes, and it's like, I don't really get how that's that limited. But so 350 pieces is definitely pretty limited, especially for worldwide. So if you're looking for a nice limited edition watch, I'd say consider this. Now, the look of this watch is definitely, I'd say maybe polarizing. You'd probably love it or you'd hate it. It's not really my cup of tea. I'm not a huge fan of the ceramic center link, but it is very, very unique. So if you want just one of the most unique watches out there, this is definitely one to take a look at. Now you also get a beautiful clear case back to look at that 9S movement. You can see it also has some blue titanium actually on the rotor that just provides a very, very cool look, and you get a nice gold medallion saying Grand Seiko on it. Now the Côte de Genève on the movement is done absolutely perfectly. You can also see that there's some perlage on the edges, and that looks great as well. The 9S movement has really a very, very well finished movement. Grand Seiko finishes their movements absolutely spectacularly. So now let's move on to a wrist shot. Okay, so on the wrist, this watch is, again, it's fairly large. The case is about 46 millimeters, so it's definitely getting up there. So if you have a really small wrist, this might not be the watch for you. But if you have a larger wrist, above average, I'd say wrist, like me, which is mine's about 7 inches in diameter, not in diameter, in circumference. It does fit quite well on the wrist. I probably would like it a little bit smaller, even though it does fit my wrist, I guess. I just tend to like to wear smaller watches, but this watch should fit most wrists, I'd say, unless you have a small one. And it definitely has an acquired style. I'm not a huge fan, as I said, of the blue and steel kind of mixing. I like the Omega Big Blue, but it didn't really have kind of the more two-tone-y style where you have a lot of stainless steel as well as ceramic. It was really more the blue ceramic, so it definitely, though, does look unique. I've gotten a few hair pinching on the bracelet here, but overall, the bracelet mat follows the curvature of your wrist very nicely, and it's very comfortable as well. The clasp is great. You can see it's nice, got nice thick bars there. No problem with the quality on that. Nice, just push button, easy to operate, and it does just wear nicely. There's really no problems, I'd say, with the fit. So overall, this is really one of the most unique watches out there, especially with the blending of blue ceramic and stainless steel. And it's definitely a style that would not be, I'd say, great for everyone, but that many people would indeed like it, and especially being a limited edition of only 350 pieces, marking one of Grand Seiko's special, I'd say, anniversaries, as this is really one of the most used movement in their collection, and it is a traditional automatic movement. It's not one of their spring drive movement. It is one of their high beats, so it beats at 10 beats a second, as I said earlier, which makes that second hand go very, very smooth around the dial. And it comes in at a price of $14,800 brand new. So that is a hefty price, but if you want something just very unique and limited, this is definitely a watch to take a look at. But thank you guys for watching this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.